glory shone around upon FC Halifax town. Shaymen!
Welcome back to another edition of the Talking Shaymen podcast, and on today's edition is my post-match reaction to our 1-1 draw against Aldershot. Now, I do say a draw, but it feels like a defeat, and just ahead of the podcast, I would like to apologise, as this is going to be on a negative note when you think of some of the podcasts we've done previously, when you look at how well we've performed. Not saying today's performance wasn't a good performance. It wasn't the best performance. It wasn't the worst. But the result was what counted today. And we've dropped points against Aldershot, who are currently sitting just above the relegation zone. Nothing to play for. And you're thinking, yeah, we should be winning this game. It is disappointing. I know I've seen fans on the forum, on Twitter, on Instagram. Yeah, it is very disappointing, I must say, when I look at us and how we'll perform this season. So I'll read out the lineups for you now. Johnson in there, Warren, Bird, Deborah and Sobineva made up the defence. Gilmore, Spence and Green in the centre. Water, Slew and Warburton in the attack. And then on the bench we've had Thomas, Ben, Woods, Stenson and Deanley. Now, from the kickoff, you looked at that lineup and you thought, right, there's no Summerfield, he's out for the rest of the season, which is disappointing. You looked at the likes of Senior out, we don't know if he's back, Mars out, Bradbury's out, and there were a lot of players out today, a lot of key injuries, and I think that's what sort of contributed to the result. But I must say, on a positive note, Deborah, solid as ever. Same with Bird. I was surprised how well Bird actually played. I did have my doubts about him, I must admit, when he first signed. I thought it was a bit of a desperate signing, but he looked like a quality centre-half today. And the game kicked off, and you could tell with the atmosphere, it were buzzing. You thought, yeah, last game of the season, I think everyone were expecting a comfortable win. But unfortunately, it didn't go like that. And the first half, it was quite even, I must admit. I think we probably edged it towards the final 10 minutes. And we're going into halftime thinking, as we usually think, the second half, yeah, we'll win it in the second half when we're shooting towards the south stand. And we scored fairly early in the second half through Martin Woods, who came on for Kieran Green. That was a little disappointing that Kieran Green went off injured with an injury. We don't know how long he's going to be out for, but I think it's crucial that we have him back for the for the playoffs. Woods came on, brilliant game, and he got on the score sheet on the 56th minute, if I recall. And from then, it was looking like we could go 2-3-0 up. You're thinking, yeah, it's a comfortable win for the Shaymen here. It's just like it has been in previous weeks. But we just didn't take our chances. And when we haven't taken our chances in previous weeks, we've got away with it, like we did against Yeovil, even going back to the likes of Barnet. We got away with it there. Working at home, Wheelstone. We've got away with it in previous weeks. And I think we all knew it was coming, that there were going to be one day where we were going to get caught out at home for not taking our chances. And Aldershot equalised with about 5 minutes to go. And it was deflated. The atmosphere was deflated just because of the tension. I think everyone was excited for that, at the end of the game, potentially a pitch invasion if that was allowed. And also, celebrating with the players, etc. Everyone was just looking forward to that, thinking, look, we're in a strong position here. Although Solihull have won, we're second or third going into the Stockport game. It's brilliant. But Aldershot, it was like a sucker of a punch, to be honest, because we were punctured. It wasn't expected. They just catch us on the break through a mistake, and they go and score. And some may say Johnson should have saved that, but I think it was an overall team error, I must say, when I look at that back. And the highlights should be out tomorrow night, I believe, probably on Aldershot's channel. But yeah, it was very, very disappointing that we lost. Not lost, sorry. It does feel like a loss. That's probably why I've explained it as a loss. But yeah, it was very disappointing that we dropped points against Aldershot, especially with Solihull Moors winning. Wrexham Stockport tomorrow. Now, the title is gone now. It wasn't likely anyway, but there was a slight possibility we could win it. We can't now, unfortunately. But Wrexham Stockport tomorrow, we are needing Stockport to win, because then Wrexham could potentially get drawn into that falling out of that second or third place spot. So yeah, it is, like I've said, it is crucial that we get second or third, and it's games like this when you look at Aldershot, you look at Kings Lynn, you look at Maidenhead, all these silly games where we've dropped points. You'll come to the end of the season and think if we finish fourth, which it's looking like, you'll think, why didn't we get a result there? Same with Southend as well, results there. Games where we should be getting something. And for me, it is very disappointing. Now, I'm going to go on to player ratings. I'm going to try do this podcast on like a weekly basis after the game, if I can. So I'll be rating each player's performance. Johnson, then, it didn't do anything potentially wrong, to be honest. Probably a 7, a bang average. Warren, probably a 6. Bird, probably a 6. Swabbing even. I thought he had a decent game, to be honest. Probably a 7. Bird, to be honest, I'll retract that and I'm going to give him an 8, to be honest. I thought he was man of the match. Deborah, 8. Quality again. Probably might have been at fault for the goal, but we won't go on about that. Gilmore, someone that I think I don't really see why Wild's got faith in him. That's nothing against him personally. I think he's still got something to prove at the club since he's come in and hopefully can still do that. But for me personally, I'm not seeing too much from Gilmore, I must admit. And I think there's other players in that position. Well, he was until injuries started to kick in that do a better job. Spence, he had a decent game. Probably give him a 7. Greener, he was off, so I'd probably just give him a 5 because he went off. Waters, probably a 6. Slew, probably a 6. Warburton, probably a 7. And the likes of Woods who came on and, Durnley, who I didn't see too much from. But Woods, yeah, probably give him a 7. So, yeah, quite a bang average performance, to be honest. It wasn't actually that bad of a performance. We managed to get the goal. But it was just taking chances, and that's the problem. And it's becoming a regular problem now that we're not taking chances and we just rely on the defence to, pull us through the game once we go 1-0 up or 2-0 up. And we've been caught out here today. Going on about the attendance, 2,200 there. We all have a different opinion on that, but fair play to all the fans who turned up today. It was a terrific atmosphere, as it has been for many games this season. Playoffs coming up then. It is. We will definitely have a home draw if we're having to go into that quarter-final / eliminator round. If so, we'll have a home draw there. If we do finish second or third, we'll have a home draw until the final. That's the one positive note. But it's looking like if we do finish fourth, we're going to be getting someone like Chesterfield or Dagenham if they can sneak in. I think Grimsby might be another option. They could potentially be that 7th spot who would play us. I don't know what I feel about that. I'll probably take Dagenham. Chesterfield, it's one of them 50-50. Grimsby, they're all 50-50s. To be the playoffs is a lottery, but I am getting to the point now where I'm very nervous going into that Stockport game. Now, Stockport next Sunday, I don't want to talk about too much about this because there's going to be a podcast on Friday night. I believe I'll be speaking to a Stockport fan. I'm hoping to get some people from the Supporters Club on to talk about the Supporters Club and their aims for the future and what they've done this season and things going into the playoffs. I'm hoping to get a few people on from the Supporters Club too. But talking about Stockport then, next Sunday, we have sold 750 tickets, I believe. They said 250 were remaining. We should sell out. They're going back on general sale on Tuesday, so I'm hoping that we can sell out there. It would be good to sell out at Stockport no matter how we've played today, and we might finish fourth. It'd just be a nice day out, wouldn't it, to sell out an away ground? Because it's something that I haven't seen Halifax sell out an away ground for many years, to be honest, since I've been a supporter. But on another note, we've probably just got to forget about today, I must say. Look forward to this Stockport game now. And then the playoffs, no matter where we finish, it's been a very successful season. We all know that. I'm proud of this group of players. I'm sure you are. It's just a little disappointing, and it's more of a negative note when you look at us dropping points today, especially if at the end of the season, this is the reason that we didn't finish second or third, and we end up getting knocked out in the eliminator round, which we might not happen yet. So we don't want to be too negative going into that. Talking a bit about separately, not about the post-match reaction now. obviously, you know, I've done like a mini documentary on this season interviewing a load of fans. That should be out sometime this week. Now, that was recorded last week over, like the week I interviewed fans on different nights, etc. So that should be out sometime this week. Also, the vlog for this game should be out probably tomorrow, to be honest. I'm just editing it now, and it is quite hard to watch back when I look at the missed chances that we had. And yeah, the Talking Shaymen podcast will resume on Friday night. Obviously, it's usually on a Thursday. Apologies for that, but I can't make that. I've been told as well, now I'll confirm nearer the time, I will be going on a Stockport podcast, the Scarf Bagara War. I'll confirm that near the times. So if you want to check out that when it does come out, which I believe is on a Thursday where we usually do the podcasts, remember to check that out when it does go live. Thank you to everyone that's watched today's post-match reaction. Please like and subscribe to help cheer me up if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Cheers for now.